I think the cool thing is that even people who attend your webinar, your free webinar,
Mm.
they report results straight away, like a few days afterwards. I'm just mind blown.
Because if I can discover it by myself and I go and learn and follow that path, right? Then I was like thinking everybody should be able to do the same because you should be stuck at some place. Little did I know it was not true. I was like consumed by my own thinking. I didn't know. Then I started teaching other people. And after pandemic happened, there's a lot of virtual events, multi-speaker event, right? So they invited me as well. I was like, okay. So I went and give a talk and there's a lot of good reviews. A lot of people said my stuff were like worth much more than whatever they've been paying for or one of the life changing. I was like, why is people saying that? Until this year in 2022 where it gave me the biggest confirmation of whatever that I'm doing is the right way and actually is helping people because one of the biggest cable TV in Malaysia, Astro, they had millions and millions of viewers every single time and a lot of subscribers. They invited me to their Astro Business Talk, the
Nice.
fourth version, right? I was never uh, having the idea that when I started sales, uh, when after right after college, right, because I was C plus student, I never thought it would come to this. It was never my plan, but somehow it ended like that. I'm glad that it ended so, and that's why I think this is one of the reasons that we're talking here today.
Nice.
Yep,
Beautiful. What a fascinating story, Aaron.
yep, yep. And to date, I think there are like officially I'm training more than 10,000 people because of people are coming to my webinar, which I conduct every single week. So there are people that has changed their lives, and I've seen my students who are from non-performing, not zero sales, and what is it that actually why I do this is because uh, it feels good. At first, I didn't know what it was. What was the feeling like when you are teaching other people? But when I see my students sending messages to me and their face light up, and they felt like, Aaron, you changed my life. Those kind of words, right? It meant so much to me, and only I know right now that I'm a person who yearns recognition from other people, for my effort that I put in for other people. And when they recognize this effort and when they recognize that I help to change their life, it makes me feel good. So suddenly I had this new epiphany of having this new purpose in life. I was like, whoa, okay, this is something that is fun to do and it's helping other people and I feel good about it, more importantly.
Yep.
Because sometimes
Yep.
we go to a job and we feel like we're doing something good, but it may not feel, fulfilling. Yeah, we're doing something good, but it may not feel fulfilling, but this is fulfilling for me. And that's why I continue to do this and teaching other people as well.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I mean, that's one of the key values that Tony Robbins talks about, right? Which
Yep.
is contribution, right?
Yep.
If you're making an impact, making a contribution, life is just so much more exciting rather than just accumulating money for the sake of it, right?
Yep. And I didn't know that the thing is I didn't know that before I get to do it, right? Nobody could have been able to explain to me what it feels like. Like I believe when Tony Robbins talked about the contribution to other people, if you have never been there and you have never done that, you don't know what it feels like. I was like doing because I took up a challenge from my mentor because he helped me in my business, and I was like, he said you requested me to do this, and he said you should help more people, and I took up that challenge. Then I know what he meant by helping other people by sharing my knowledge, right? Because now I know there's a lot of people that do not know about that exactly, and they found a new way of selling. So it makes their lives easy, happier, from no sales to doing millions of sales. I got one student that actually did from zero sales in the past 7 months, and she came and learned she's in property. She got a show cause letter, meaning the company is going to fire her because she has not been performing. And she was very down and she has depression because she had some family problem as well, and one of her members passed away, very very close. So she was like, all depressed. She was not able to do so after she learned from me, and she went from 0 to 20 million in just 5 months
Wow,
sales.
it's amazing.
That's amazing. So when she did that, then she was like telling me how I sparked that forward and keep on moving, and she's still performing until today. And that's what I live to see. So I really like that part of the training and coaching when I was wow, right? And that's why I
Right.
continue to do what I do. And when you say why should people listen to me, right? Then I think this question, I shouldn't be blowing my own horn actually, but I would rather say, just a question for you to ponder if you are an audience, right? If you are listening to me, someone that's listening. So would you want to, I mean, you have this question to you need to question every single thing. Like, would you want to listen to someone who has been a trainer his whole life, training in sales? Or would you want to listen to someone who has been a salesperson his whole life and tell you about their experiences?
Mm.
Comparing to a
Right.
trainer that is trained to
Yeah.
train in sales. Which one
Uh,
would you say it's
I
more?
I personally prefer the real life experience because
Yeah,
I know it works, right?
yeah. For me, it was like the same thing as well because I had students that told me, "Hey, Aaron, your training, right, is very much different from the training that we attended."
Mm.
Right, and why I say why you say that, because it's practical. I can use it immediately. The rest of the training is more to motivation and talent. And I had one of these student that tells me very vividly that I remember. He says, the better sales training outside there. Why? Because the other sales training that he has been through, because he has been sales in sales for about 15-20 years, I think. They only talk about the results you can get, the goals. After you hit the goals, you hit the quota. This is the incentive. This is the gift that you can get. This is the whatever reward that you can get. So they're talking more about that and motivation. Oh, you should be
Mm.
going out doing this. So they don't have all these kind of more practical, more uh, uh I would say technical, practical things that they actually do as a process
Mm.
to get to the goals. They motivate them with what they can see with the carrot and the stick, right? So that's what normally people do. They always show the
Right.
carrot.
Right.
Okay, they don't
So it's
show
the
the
carrot
process
and
of
stick.
how to run to the carrot, how to actually run faster
Yeah.
so you can actually get the carrot, right?
Right.
Uh,
So there's no strategy to get the carrot. It's just more about here's the carrot, go and figure
yeah,
out
do
how to
whatever you
do it.
want.
Right? Yeah.
Go and get it. So they're like motivating. Now
Right.
here's the carrot. If you're able to this, get 10 more carrots. So it's things like that, you see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
But
that,
you need the strategy to get the carrot in the first
of
place, right?
course.
Otherwise, you can keep running for the carrot and never get it.
Yeah, I think strategy is very important coupled with the strategy in sales. I would say, unfortunately, it's not like business strategy. Business strategy
Mm.
can be very big picture and it can be executed by many people. But unfortunately, sales strategy, you have to execute it on your own. With sales
Mm.
strategy, the most important part is the tactical things that comes with it, right? You
Mm.
must have a strategy and you must have a way of executing the strategy, coupled with what I call the most important thing is your principles. Now, that's the
So
guiding star. That's like your
mm,
GPS.
nice,
You get what I mean?
nice.
Yep.
Which you explain more in the webinar, right?
Yes, yes, definitely.
And the cool
In the
thing
webinar,
is
I explain
like
more about the some of the principles, some strategies, and some tactical things. Right,
mm,
so people can come in and get a big picture first, because you can't feed people like all the tactical stuff and they don't know what the
yeah.
principle is, and if you just do it, it will be something wrong, right? And they don't know what is wrong, they don't know how to fix it.
Mm.
Mm,
But I think the cool thing is that even people who attend your webinar, your free webinar,
mm.
they report results straight away, like a few days afterwards, and you send all
Yeah,
those results to me, right? And like, okay, I'm just mind blown because
I was
most of the
mind blown as
people
well.
who
Mm.
go to free webinars, they don't get anything. They just get a bit of hype and a bit of excitement, but then there's no real life results. But whereas yours, I actually see you give me people who say, "Hey, thanks, Aaron. I use your techniques at the free webinar, and I'm getting all these results." So what's
Yeah, I was
happening
like,
there?
to a certain point, I was like doubting, hey, Aaron, are you giving too much? But you know what? That's where I know that I'm doing something right now. If you can
Mm,
understand it, uh, it's very simple for people as experience, right? If they can understand and they can willing to change, they're willing to adopt a new way, then they will get results actually. And that's what we are
mm,
trying to do. That's what I always, um, I would say that's one of my principles that I will always carry whenever I share, is to add value first to people, so that people,
mm,
even in sales, I have this principle of every of my student, you should be adding value to people life first, right? And of course, a lot of people would talk about things like, oh, you keep on giving value, then there would be people that actually take advantage of you, and they won't buy stuff from you just because they just keep on using you. I would say that's
mm,
true.
mm,
I'm not saying that won't be people like that, but we need to know,
mm,
generally 80% of the population are nice people. It's just that too bad you meet these wrong people, so you need to know how to filter them off, just cut them off, right, in a more
Yep.
polite way. And after that, because you need to
Yep.
protect yourself, don't just keep on falling into
Yep.
the rabbit hole and just keep
Yep.
chasing it, hoping that you get the sales because you treat other people nice. So here's the thing.
Mm.
Um, I would say in a certain point when you add value, filter your own people, filter the
Mm-hmm.
customers that are actually good customers. Generally, 80% of the population are. So don't lose hope, right? You'll meet people that actually be a very good customer to you. They'll keep on buying from you, right? Because they
Mm-hmm.
know what value you can bring. But of course, we
Yep.
need to set up boundaries as well as a person, as a salesperson. But
Yep.
for me, I would try to always do one thing within my best ability and capability to add value to over deliver. Right? Wouldn't you
Nice.
like a person, the salesperson, who always over deliver, and you know that he's very he has full integrity, and knowing that he has your back whenever you got a problem, you go to him and he will actually help you to solve the problem, regardless of the company policies,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, of
Uh,
course. Yeah. I mean,
okay.
with that's a pet hate, right? You go to a salesperson or customer service person, and they say, "Our company policy doesn't allow us to do this," and you're like,
Yeah, it's
you
like,
know,
damn, why? I mean, I just want to get this fixed. Sometimes it's very simple,
yeah,
right? If you think like a customer, uh, sometimes what customer wants is, I want to get my problem fixed. I'm not here to find trouble with you. But that
mm-hmm.
doesn't also mean that there won't be people that come here and act like a Karen, you know,
Yeah,
just like, come here and throw and think I deserve every single thing and not treating you nice. Okay.
yeah,
There are people that are like that. But having said that, there are more 80% of the people that are generally nice. They come here, they want to get the problem solved in a
mm-hmm.
amicable way, and it's a very they just want to get it solved.